Hello, and welcome to another Verbling class. Today's class is on conversation. We'll get started in a few minutes once students have arrived. Tonight's topic of conversation, well, I'm thinking of making it on money. In fact, the effects of money on civilization, lending money, inflation. Is money good or is it bad? Does it create wealth or does it destroy wealth? We'll get started shortly. Hi, Max.
Hello, Simon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, very well. Thanks a lot, very well. It's a sunny afternoon in Italy, and I'm happy to be here with you.
Excellent. Well, you know, it's a sunny morning here in Canada, and it's very hot and humid.
Okay. Lucky me, in Italy, it's not so humid. Okay. Thanks a lot for this overview. In which part are you?
This part here. So it's going to be very hot today. It's already 80 degrees. It feels like 94 with humidity.
Oh wow. Oh wow! So, wow. No. In Italy, it's not so hot, and there is humidity, but it's okay. It's okay in this moment.
Good. Well, welcome, Max. It's good to have you here. And joining us from the Ukraine, we have Lena. Hello, Lena.
Hello, Simon. Nice to see you.
Good to see you as well. How's your weekend?
My weekend today is good. Yesterday it was bad.
Why was yesterday bad?
Today morning I passed my exam and I didn't pass it.
Okay, so that's...
I fault in English my exam. How to explain it? I didn't pass. I faulted.
You failed it,
No?
yes, failed.
I failed. Yes, I failed. But today I'm okay.
Well, good. So we'll have fun today. We've got a full class, and we're going to have an interesting conversation. So welcome, Lena.
Oh, thank you. And nice to me to be here.
Good, excellent. Hello, Ahmed.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Good to see you too. And how are things with you today?
Today is a day off from my work, and I'm trying to enjoy Verbling classes.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure you'll enjoy this class.
Yeah.
As my throat is starting to go on me.
You know, I'm waiting for you for your class especially.
Well, good. No, I'm going to make this a very interesting class. I've got a topic that should be interesting, okay? So,
okay.
Let's see who else is here. So Anna just joined us. Hello, Anna.
Hi, Simon. Nice to see you.
Good to see you too. Good morning.
Good morning, one of my favorite teachers.
Excellent. Well, we're going to have fun today. I've got a topic that is very cerebral. It's I won't tell you yet, but stay tuned and you'll find out shortly. Hello, Adela.
Hello, Simon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yes. Thank you.
Wow, it looks like we got a good representation. We've got some folks from Europe. We've got some folks from South America. Obviously, somebody from North America. And let's see who. And Wellington, who's just joined us. Hello, Wellington.
Hello, Simon. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Are you ready for another interesting class?
Yes, always.
Excellent. Well, here's my thought for today's class. And actually, before I tell you the thought, I just want to let you guys know I have a private session at 11, so I do have to leave a couple of minutes early, but it won't be that much. I was watching a documentary this morning on Bitcoin, and the documentary was entitled "The End of Money as We Know It." And I thought a great topic of conversation today would be money. So I'm going to type a few words here. So when we think of money, we think of a couple of things. Think of debt. Think of interest. We think of wealth. These are some of the things we think of when we think of money. So as normal with my conversation classes, I take a minute. So in the first minute, I just do a little conversation with you guys. We just have a brief conversation. Remember, conversation means you talk to me. You don't have to, but what I'm trying to teach here is how you guys communicate with each other, not just speaking. The focus is not on pronunciation. It's not on vocabulary, although there is a benefit to both of those. So I'll start with Wellington this time, and what you're going to hear when your time is up is you're going to hear this sound.
Okay.
Why, teacher? Why this sound? That's rude. Well, it's not. Because if I don't do that sound, you guys will keep talking. And because there's 9 of you here, if one of you keeps talking, the others will say stop. So this is my polite way of doing it. So I'm going to start the timer. So Wellington, what do you think about money?
Money is good, money is necessary, but money is a tool.
It's a tool.
It's a tool, like technology. It's a tool for us reach some goals, provide goodies for us and for the people that are around us. And unfortunately, we know that a lot of people don't have money, don't have means to reach the money, to earn the money.
But
Because in some cases, I think they don't have opportunities. What do you think?
time's up. I can't answer your question. All right, so we go to Max. Max, you've got a minute. Is just talking to Wellington about money and that it allows us to facilitate the exchange of goods and services. Is money good?
The question is for me, teacher.
Yes, it is.
Yes, of course. I think that the money are a convention, a very old convention, and we are born thinking that this convention is good, it's okay, and it's necessary in the place where we live. And I think so. In fact, I think that it's very important to know what we want in the reality. If we want money to have a lot of money, if we want money to do what we want, or for other purpose. And stop.
Okay, there we go. All right, so not a lot of you guys are engaging me in conversation. That's why I call it a conversation class, not a speech class. But let's see how well Lena does. Lena, so yeah, money can be beneficial. Countries that have a lot of it are generally considered wealthy and are powerful. But is there a negative side of money? Who controls it?
Oh, it's for me. I don't like money because I think it's more negative resource in my country. Because I think money is money change people in the bad part of their life. but I can't live without money. I want to travel. I want to see new something in the world. So I want for it some money. I can't travel without money. So I think money is not good for people, but it's some opportunity, some resource for our desire, maybe.
Okay, thank you. So in a way, I kind of agree. Now, you guys might be wondering, what am I doing? Well, you see, guys, I'm on the search for money. I'm looking for money, and I think I've just found some. Okay? So, just bear with me here. My informal setting here. I want to show you something. This is some money. It's plastic. Not to be
Canadian
confused-
money.
Well, yeah.
Canadian.
Yes. Not to be confused with this kind of plastic money. This money here is plastic. So somebody gave me this. Let's start with one of these at $10. Somebody gave me one of these last year. Last year it was worth $10. How much is it worth this year? Can anybody tell me?
90.8
So $9.80. Somebody's just told me, well, just said $9.80. Okay. Why? Why is it worth $9.80?
Because the inflation.
Yeah, inflation. Now, imagine I was given this 10 years ago. How much is this worth now? $9, maybe. I don't know. It's going to be worth less every year. So I don't like this money. Every year it loses value. Whereas gold or silver, well, it's always going to be of value. Yes, it might go up and down in terms of how much dollars it's worth, but an ounce of gold is always an ounce of gold. A pound of gold is always a pound of gold. Okay, so as we go to Carlos, and again, Carlos, I'll give you a minute. Let me get my stopwatch ready, and then I'll go back downstairs. So, Carlos, what do you think of money?
Hi, teacher. Money is one of the most important things for the workers.
The workers? Okay.
Yes, because, for example, if a company pay you more money than another, you maybe will be changing, so you are motivated for the money. In another special case or another special people, the money is not the more important thing in the life, but believe me when I say it can help you to get everyone or everything you want. For me, it's not the more important thing in my life, but to be honest, it's...
All right, thank you, Carlos. I know a minute's not enough, but trust me, when we get to the next round, you guys will have more talk time. All right, so again, if you guys look at your country's currency, as you can see on this bill here, you'll see in this one it says Bank of Canada. This is paper. It has no value. Well, it's not paper, it's plastic. It has no value. As long as my government pays its bills, we all believe it has value. Look at Greece. Look at the situation there. They don't trust Greece. And what is it doing? They don't have their own currency, but they have the euro. The euro has lost a lot of its value because people do not trust the situation in Greece. Nobody believes the Greeks can repay. So as we go to Anna, and Anna, you've got a minute. What are the problems with our money system? Do you trust it?
No, I don't trust it. The problem is that the leaders of the market manipulate it in order to have more profits. And another problem that we have is that society is too much materialistic, and people have been chasing the almighty dollar and and for forgetting that the most important thing in a job is your vocation, your happiness.
Okay, very good. So, oh, you've got 10 seconds left.
What do you think, teacher? I want you to be engaged. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So here's what I think, and this leads me into my next point I want to make as time runs up. You said that the market is manipulated. It's by people, but in one way by interest rates. Okay, so if I take this, well, let's use a tenner. I take this and I put it into my bank. Do I still own this, control it? Not really, no. The bank has it as an asset or a liability. Okay, so I put it to the bank. What does the bank do? Well, the bank loans out $9.70 of this. My $10 creates $9.70 of debt. It doesn't create money, it creates debt. Now, if I have $1,000, it creates $33,000 of debt. Why is that? Because when you put money in a bank in North America, banks must only keep 3% of it. They can loan out the rest. It's called a reserve. So they create debt. So as we go to Ellie, who seems to be having technical problems, but Ellie, when it comes to debt, is debt a bad thing?
What has come to this?
Is debt a bad thing?
So is a question for me, yeah?
Yes, Ellie, it is. You've got 40 seconds left.
Yeah, what has come this? Sorry, I don't get the question because I just joined. I have a technical issue. What has come with this?
Okay, I'll ask the question a fourth time. Is debt a bad thing?
Debt? Yeah, it's a very bad thing when you
Why?
get. Because I think that you have because you have to pay it after when you get loan or get you have to pay it before the issue date and whatever you have.
Okay, so yeah, debt can be bad because you have to pay out interest. Now, maybe the reason we all have houses is because of something called a mortgage that allows us to have a place to live and we pay the bank a certain amount of money because it's a lot of money. Okay, I hear what you're saying. But if we didn't have interest, then maybe house prices wouldn't cost so much, that we wouldn't need a lot of debt. In Canada, the average price of a house is approaching $1 million in some cities. $1 million. We don't make that much. Okay? So whoever's got their phone on, please turn it off. Thank you. So we have this problem. So interest rates are so low in Canada right now. Mortgage rate is 1. That means on my income, I can carry an $800,000 mortgage. At 10%, well, I might only be able to carry a $200,000. So what's happened? Over the last 10 years, housing prices have gone up, and we're in a bubble. So debt can cause some problems. Ahmed, how do you feel about debt?
Actually, I hate debt because I think it's when you pay back your debt, you shall pay more than you loaned.
Yes, sometimes
Are you
a
agree
lot.
with me?
I definitely agree with you. Yes.
It's all the time you have to pay more than you have loaned. So I hate debt, and also debt make all people own what they shall not have. So all prices go up. You got it?
Yes, so what you're saying then is by having debt, not only does it cost us more money, but it makes the price of everything go up, reducing the
Yeah,
value of our money.
yeah.
So what do you recommend that we just don't have any debt?
Yeah, we shall not have any debt. I think in Japan they do that. Do you heard about this before?
I did, sir, but unfortunately time is up, but that's okay because I want to show you guys something in a little bit. Okay?
Okay.
So thank you very much. Adela, just before I give you a chance, I want to share a screen. I want to show you something. I want you guys to imagine a $100,000 mortgage. It's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of debt. Not today. And based on 5%, I want to show you what the interest rate is. So here we can see we've got $100,000 over 25 years. Interest rate is 5%. So by the time you're finished paying it off, you will have paid 42% in interest, or $74,000. Now, if it was 10%, you would pay a whopping 63% in interest over 25 years. So that $100,000 would have cost you $268,000. Now, if I only have to pay 1.85%, wow, it's only $24,000, right? So you can see the effective interest has. All right, Adela, what are your
Yes.
thoughts? We've talked about a lot of things. What interests you the most about today's conversation?
Normally, it's not a sample interest, but it's an interest compound because you have every year you have or you need to have the interest about all money you debt to the bank, and that is the rate interest is low, but globally when you you calculate the money you pay is a lot, and is more in general is more in the first, second, third, the in the beginning. In the end is
Thank you.
not.
Thank you, Adela. Okay, guys, yeah, I'm really strict with that time because we have a full class, and the only way we can get through it is if we respect the time. I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes of talk time now, but there's a catch. You're going to talk with each other. So I'll pair, first of all, Wellington with Max. You guys have 3 minutes. Now, in the last round, only one student really engaged me in the conversation. That was Ahmed. The rest of you answered my question but didn't engage me. It's tough to do that with only a minute. So be mindful of that. If the other student is doing all the talking, politely interrupt. If the other student isn't doing much talking, ask more questions. So again, the topic is on this stuff here. Pieces of paper or plastic that have value, monetary value. And of course, debt, because the only thing backing this up is debt. There's no gold standard anymore. It used to be that I could hand this into the bank and say, all right, give me $10 worth of gold, and the bank would have to do that because this was backed up by a promise of the government to pay in gold. It doesn't anymore. This is all based on trust. We've talked about many things. The topic of conversation is money or debt. So Max and Raphael, I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes. The chime sound will sound when time is up. I might type a little bit in the chat window and give you a time update. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Max. How are you?
Hello. Very well. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. Where are you from, Max? Sorry.
I'm from Italy, and I think that this conversation is very important and useful, just because I think that in all of the nations there are the same or quite same problems with the money, and then I think that a good idea is to have, if one have some money, not to use the money into the banks, but to buy gold or diamonds, and never have debt. And what
Yeah,
do you think about?
yeah, I think I work at the bank, so and with planning. I usually do planning for my goods, to buy goods, to buy uh, whatever what I want. And I also like to pay in cash, and I don't like to pay in parcels in times, because when I pay in cash in one time, I also ask for discounts. So we know that unfortunately the people don't have the people don't have the same opportunities, but I think the government must improve the knowledge about like deal with the economy. What do you think about this?
I think that it's important for the people. I know that, and I agree with you. The people don't have the same opportunities, but I think that it's very important for the people to know that they have to cut off the idea that they have to hear the television. They have to have what the advertising show you and tell you what you have. And I think that if you earn, let me say, for example, $1,000 monthly, you have only to spend 800 of them, because it's very important. Okay, time is up, and thanks a lot, my friend, for the conversation.
Thank you. Bye bye. Until next.
Terrific. Only 6 seconds left, guys. Awesome. First of all, excellent use of time, and also a very good intellectual discussion. You gave each other a chance to speak. For other students, I recommend, instead of taking about a minute to speak, try to make it a little less, and you'll have more of a dialogue. But this was a really good start. You guys were professional with your introductions. And sorry, that's my wife calling me, telling her I can't speak right now. Good introductions. Good conversation. Max, your English is very good, but try a little slower. The only reason I suggest this is when you're dealing with a lot of people, you're speaking in groups or in meetings, speaking fast is harder for people to follow and understand. The rate that I'm speaking now is not the normal speed at which I speak. If my wife was here, I might be talking more like this. It's a little faster. I can get more out before she gets a chance to say something. But that's not very healthy, because we're in a competition. All right. Next we have Lena and David. No, I'm not going to give you guys any more information. I think you're doing well. I'll save that for the next round. Guys, you have 3 minutes. Go ahead, please.
Lena, are you there?
Okay, David, hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm just waking up, so I'm okay.
Okay. So, do you want a cup of coffee?
Yeah, as soon as I finish talking to you, I will go and get something to drink. So
I can suggest you a cup of strong coffee.
It's gonna be it's gonna be expensive.
Not expensive. It's free for you.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, so let's go back to the topic about money.
Yeah.
What do you think about money? Do we need really money?
Yes, I need really money. I don't live without money. Can you give me some money?
Sure. How much money you need?
Maybe at first, how many percent? How many percent do you want for your credit?
Well, let's see, because you
Give
are
me some credit.
right. I can give you a credit, but since you're a very nice person, I'm gonna give you 3% interest. How about that?
Oh, it's very good proposition because in my country, in bank, there are more banks rate.
What is the rate?
Rate percent. If I want to buy a car, I want to give money in bank, but I want to pay 35% per year.
35?
Yeah, it's very big.
Are you
rate,
serious?
bank rate in Ukraine. Yeah, because we have big inflation. No.
Yeah, inflation.
Inflation.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What about if you want to buy a house? Do you know what is the interest?
25%. 25%.
25% to buy a house?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
it's very bad. It's very bad situation in bank today. Is very bad because our we have very bad situation with our money, our national money, our grivna. I can take the credit in dollar. But it's very difficult to buy
dollars.
In my dollars. Yes, it's very difficult today. Today, because we have economical crisis. Yeah.
So, what is the main issue that you have now with money in your country? Oh, time is up.
You guys.
Oh, why, David? Where are you from? It's interesting for me.
All right. So that's a very interesting question. So the reason why they pay more in the Ukraine interest rate is because the world sees it risky to do business with the Ukraine for various reasons, right? So whenever there's economic uncertainty, whenever there's uncertainty over a country's stability, rates go up, currency devalues.
Yeah.
And Lena, who is a hardworking individual like the rest of us, now is being told that instead of paying 1.85% for a mortgage like I do, she has to pay 25%.
Yeah.
Okay. And my calculator here won't allow me to do 25, but it does 20. And look at that. A $100,000 mortgage will end up costing almost $500,000 over 25 years.
That's ridiculous.
Yes, it
is. I took.
Okay. Whoa.
Okay, I haven't time.
Yes, I'm just summarizing. I can't give you more time.
It's interesting topic.
Okay, good. Carlos and Anna, you guys have 3 minutes. What are your thoughts on this conversation?
Okay. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Carlos. Well, do you think money buys happiness? Do you believe that most people in the world are chasing the almighty dollar? What do you think about it?
I'm not totally sure, but to be honest, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, I have to agree with you, but I agree in part because it is better to cry inside a Mercedes than walking barefoot.
Okay. Can I ask you something?
Yes, sure, go ahead.
Do you think the way millionaire views money is different from everyone else?
Sure. But what do you mean by different? In which way?
In every way. For example, people who have got super account money with millions of dollars, can see the money of the family different than you or me?
Yes, probably. I believe that people who are very wealthy uh, have a kind of craving for consumption, and they put it on at the first place, and they believe that it's for the best of their families. Maybe they don't fulfill everything in their families.
Yes, I think in the companies it's happening something like that. For example, my boss got a lot of money, so he thinks he's the best person in the world.
Yes, but unfortunately, uh, we cannot blame him, because I believe it's the society fault. We live in a world when we are valued for things that we own. Don't you agree?
Are you working now, Anna? Are you working in a company?
No, I am a civil servant because I'd rather have stability than a huge wage,
Yeah.
Thank you. Very good, guys. Great conversation. That was really terrific. I loved how you guys went back and forth. And when you have a certain amount of time for a conversation, and if it's small, then generally we generally take smaller amounts of talk time. If it's a longer conversation, then yes, we can speak for minutes. All right. So just before I give Ali and Ahmed a chance, I want to illustrate another concept. So again, here we are. We have a mortgage. Right now, this is the rate in Canada for a variable, 1.85%. Now, let's say I decide to do a one-time payment. Okay, so let's say, guys, I have $10,000 in the bank. My bank is giving me, I have to type this so you won't believe it, 0.25% interest. It's nothing. However, if I take that $10,000 and apply it to my mortgage, watch this. Hold on. I reduce my mortgage term by 3 years and save an additional $5,000. Okay? I reduce it by 3. I save $5,000. So with $10,000, I've saved $5,000 in interest. That's like a 50% return. Granted, it's over 25 years, but that's way better. Way better than putting it in savings. So here's the thing to remember. People who understand money and debt can usually take advantage of those that don't. It's always important to understand how money works. Okay? So now I'm going to give Ali and Ahmed a chance to talk about money, debt, the conversation. Guys, go ahead. You have 3 minutes.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing
I
well.
think
Thanks for
I
asking.
think you're from Egypt too, right?
Yeah, I'm from Egypt. Yeah. And you're also from Egypt. Yeah.
So
Um,
okay, you can ask me first. Go ahead.
yeah, are you a risk taker? Just like when you would like to buy a car and you don't have money, do you go to any bank to get a mortgage to buy a car, or you prefer to get the money of the car paid in cash with you?
I think it's paying in cash is more good thing for me because if I went to the debt side, I have to pay about 7% interest per year. So it will accumulate about the half price of the car. Okay, so if you paid it in cash, I think it's more good for you. What do you think?
Yeah, but I think that when you like paying cash, like for example, 100 $100 for that car, maybe when you paid $100 for any investments or any another investment and get paid the car by mortgage or like a discount or any monetary system, something like that. But when you that money when you pay in cash, maybe you waste your money or you something like that. But you can invest in another project or another something, because paying more money and that paying more money in cash is very not a preferred solution, something like that. But from my opinion, the paying cash, because I'm not a risk taker or something like that.
But
What about you?
But do you prefer to pay more than the good desire? If you buy anything by debt, you will pay more than it requires, you know?
Thank you, guys. All right, so what I'm showing here is, this is more of an example for Lena, who has 25% interest. So again, looking at $100,000 at a Canadian or American rate of interest, and I think it's about the same. US, it might be a little higher. Now, let's say I pay off, I throw an extra $1,000 against it. I'll save $500 interest over 25 years. It's not a big deal, okay? So without that, okay, so here we are at 1.25%. Now, imagine that Lena can get a 20% mortgage for $100,000. She will end up paying $484,000 over 25 years. Now watch this. If in month 1 she decides, you know what, I'm going to put down an extra $1,000. Look at the savings that she'll receive. Look at that. Instead of being $484,000, she saves $76,000 in interest from just $1,000. And she reduces her mortgage by 4 years. If she could do $10,000, saves over $246,000. So this is the important thing when it comes to understanding money and using free tools like this, because if your interest rates are very high, you really want to pay down that mortgage. For me, at 1.85%, you know, I'm almost better to spend my money than to save it or pay down a mortgage because rates are so low. All right, Adela, you get to speak with Simon this time. You have 3 minutes. Hi, Adela.
Okay, I speak with you.
Yeah, if you like.
Do you think time is money?
Yes. I think time is valuable.
Is valuable is a type of money, no? A kind of money. And do you think is possible a time bank, or could be interesting a time bank?
Well, I'm familiar with time banks, and we can actually, at my work, I can bank time. If I work longer hours, I can bank that time, and instead of getting paid, I can take time off.
I'm in my city during a time we have a bank time, and for example, you could offer teaching time to change for cleaning time, or another skill you need a carpenter, a plumber. Do you think that is possible? Could be a
Sure.
an interesting and why people in general don't use this system is a little.
Well, we did. Years ago, it was called a bartering system, right? I would offer to sell you a cow if you did 10 hours of work on my property. It was a barter system. Or I would trade for goods. Goods are time, right? We used to have that. And in fact, we still have that. I have friends where I provide technology services and they provide labor to repair my house.
But it's a it's a kind of more extended. Maybe people need to plastic, no? To have goods, to have service, you need to pay.
This is convenient.
Credit card.
So I can take this and I can automatically send it to Wellington. My bank will automatically convert it to reals. I can use PayPal. I can send it to the Ukraine. I can send it to Brazil. I can send this anywhere I want. It's so easy. And even if you're from another country, if I offer this to Max and it's Canadian money, is Max going to say no? No. He'll say, sure, yeah, I'll take that. Then he can go to his bank and they'll convert it to euros. Right? So,
but they are not only currency. You have cards. It's a kind of to pay. You have gold. You have another products to something. People according to have a value is sorry. Is the okay.
Thank you. All right, so that's a very good conversation, talking about value. And anything that has value can be monetized. Anything that has value can be monetized. We all know that. We see the value of money. I think what we don't like is debt. And there's the real issue. So I showed you a screen share where if you have a 20% mortgage, just taking $1,000 and throwing it into your mortgage can rapidly decrease how much interest you pay. Like by $74,000, like it's remarkable. Well, we got about 10 minutes left, so I want to give each student now a chance to talk for a minute. And I'm going to start with Wellington. Wellington, what did you find most interesting about our discussion here today?
I think we have we are in different countries, but in some way we have the same problems, and the people must to be this view to know about the other countries, because it's a way to improve our knowledge, and like you said, we must to know deal with the money. I think it was interesting. Always we learn something.
Good. This is more of a Monday conversation than a Sunday, but I know this is a topic everybody has something to say about. And Max, what do you have to say about what you learned today or found interesting?
Well, Simon, I think that the most important part of our conversation is that in every part of the world we have more or less the same problems. And if the people stop a minute and talk about them, we can find very great solutions. For example, today I improved myself in not buy nothing if you haven't got the money, buy only cash, and don't give to the banks the opportunity to use your money, but buy gold or diamonds if you have money, of course, and think with lateral vision and talk with other people. It's very, very important for me. And then thanks a lot to you, to all the class.
All right, thank you very much. All right, Lena, what did you find most interesting about today's discussion?
Oh, I understand that it's very good bank system in Canada to take mortgage to have 1.86%. I believe in Ukraine it will be 2, maybe for a long time. I want to. Maybe we are waiting it for a long time, but I believe in it. So, and give me please a link, mortgage calculator, good
I
link
will.
that you used on this class.
Yeah, and it's a free one. I just pasted it in the chat. In Canada, mortgage rates were 22% back in 1981. So your country can completely collapse and fall apart in a matter of days.
Yes,
There's no
it's
safety. The US can do it. China can do it. You never truly know. It's having the knowledge and the tools to know the effect of your decisions. All right, thank you very much. David, what did you like about today's conversation? Did you learn anything new?
Yeah, I learned about the time bank. I just got information in some. I mean, I knew the I knew the idea. The term time bank, but I think it's interesting to learn about other people's situations too, and that was good about that topic, the money. But also need to understand that money is created by us most of the time. When you go to the bank and you have there's an interest going on, you are creating the money. So the money is not created by the mint. This is created by us. It's surprising, and also understand that money is based on trust, which is interesting. We trust on this piece of paper and trust that this piece of paper is going to be somebody's going to trust and give me the benefits that it claims to have. So that's interesting concept about money and trust. Money is created by us, number one. I'm done.
Thank you. And guys, just look to Greece last week. The government shut down the banks. You could only take out 60 euros. And that was because they had run out of money. And if they had let people take out, the banking system would have collapsed, as would have Greece. So if people don't have trust, you can see what happens. Just look to Greece in the news of last week. Anna, what did you find interesting about today's conversation?
Everything. To talk about money is always interesting because the Almighty Dollar rules moves the world. I'm not sure if I can say something like that. We don't have the same problems all over the world, but we have similar concerns related to money, because the economy is different everywhere, but we have some similarities, and it's clear now that we have to save money, we have to avoid asking for loans, we have to buy in cash and things like that, because we need money to live, and unfortunately the society gives more value for what you have.
Thank you, Anna. Very good summary. And Ali, what did you find interesting about today's class?
Yeah, as I believe that the person who invented money is very smart, because he could invent something. It has no any value, but he created a value. So instead of exchange the goods and product between people, and that value of money may be decrease over the time, because the debt may be and the prices may be going up due to inflation, and that maybe the person who invented some is very, very, very smart.
All right, thank you very much. I just wrote in the chat, money as an economic facilitator, the exchange of goods and services, is not a problem. It's the manipulation and debasement of money that is the problem. Your homework assignment is to look up the term debasement. Okay? All right, excellent. Let's see, who's next? I just lost Ahmed. That's too bad. So Ellie, thank you. Ellie, you were just speaking, right?
Yeah, I just.
Sorry, because I follow you guys from right to left most of the time, and when people leave, I get confused as to who last spoke. So Adela, tell us, you've got a minute, what you found interesting about today's class.
The commentaries about the mortgage is interesting because I think it's necessary to have a mortgage with a payment was according the money you earn. You need to have a prevision about the different interests because in my country is can be to change the interest about the European Union, and that can be the amount with the month can be increased, and that was a problem. Sometimes you have the mortgage with a roof. This is a limit of the interest. That is an assurance for people.
Good, thank you. So yeah, I wish we had more time for this class because there's so much here, and you know, I had a mortgage before I got married, and I paid that off. But I learned a few tricks and tips. And the link I gave you there, it's actually a site that I've used for many years because you could see what happens if you add another 20 or 50 to your mortgage every month. And you'd be surprised by just adding, at the time, $25, I knocked down my mortgage by a year by just adding $25. In most cases, you're paying way more interest in your first few years, so if you have a mortgage right now, and you still have many years left, and you have a few dollars, walk into the bank, say you want to pay some of it off. You'll be amazed at what it can do. Use this website, play around, and it'll save you some money. It did with me. It saved me lots and lots of money. Okay? And as I was saying now, like with 1.85% of my country and a savings rate of 0.25, prices are going up all the time because everybody can afford it and there's only so much land. Like I said, the average house price in my area is almost $1 million. I'm not buying a new property. So even though I'm not getting real value, I'm deciding to take money and throw it against my mortgage because even at 1.85%, that's a far better return, compounded, than saving it or buying anything else. And even gold is coming down in price, so I'm not even, but that's a good point. Another student, buy gold, buy silver, diamonds. Those hold their value, guys. They really do. Well, I do have to get going a couple of minutes early because I do have a private session starting in 2 minutes, and you guys know that it's important for us to be on time. So I hope to see you guys again soon. I don't have a class tomorrow, but I have several classes this week. Unfortunately for my European friends, they're a little late, but then I will be back next weekend at this time slot, perhaps Saturday and Sunday. It depends on if it goes, because I get students taking it as private lessons as well. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you
and good
for
week.
interesting
Bye-bye,
lesson.
Simon.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, Simon. Bye, guys. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.